Okay, so what am I looking
we're
at?
good
I'm
now.
looking at this camera or
Yes.
this one
Oh,
over?
yeah, that's
that
good.
one? Okay.
And we're live.
And we're
Okay.
live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Gloria Horn Sewing Studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And today is something different with Sherry. And so let's get everything out of the way. So if you were on Facebook for the very first time and you would like to watch our videos and shop with us, then you will need to register. So you'll go up to the comment bar and type in register, and then you can go in and put in your first name, last name, create a password, but then come back and watch us, and then you can go back and fill everything out later, and you can shop with us. If you were on our app, you were all set and ready to go. To get the app, you'll need to go to the App Store and type in Gloria Horn Sewing Studio, and you'll download the free app, and then you will be able to watch our video. Right now, you'll be able to watch it later today or 6 months or a year from now. So that's the easiest way to shop with us is with the app. We are also on YouTube and Snapchat and Instagram and what else? Twitter and TikTok. And we soon will be able to shop on those formats also. So our shipping is $8, which is a very good price. It seems like everybody else wants $8.95 or more than that. So it was also free with a $75 purchase, and we will combine orders. So if you buy something today and then maybe this afternoon, then we'll combine it. If it comes up to $75, then you'll get free shipping. And it's within a 24-hour period. So let's see let's kind of look and see who is on. And
Ruth Ann is.
Yes, hi Ruth Ann. And there's Shirley. Says hello to us. Yeah, she's in Maryland. I just got home yesterday. I had the best time. I saw the Blue Angels, and I also got to do some like end of the year school things like with my little children and my grandchildren, and I got to watch them swim and have a really good time. I didn't swim. It's a little too early for me.
A little too chilly.
Yeah, a little too chilly. But I watched them, and they were having a really good time. So let's see.
Delaware, Kentucky, St. Louis,
North Dakota. Yeah, and Georgia, Eureka, California. So that's really good to see everybody from all over the country are watching us. Yeah,
I know. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so I hope you all had a good weekend. And I think yesterday everybody was kind of getting settled back into the routine of things. So
I don't know I don't know what demo Gloria did yesterday.
She did
Norway.
Norway?
Yeah, Norway.
Wow.
Norway from over.
Now we're international.
International. And it was Ohio, Clinton. Yeah.
PJ, what did
Norway? I can't imagine.
What did your mom do yesterday to give directions?
She had Material Monday Madness to give
Material
directions.
Madness yesterday, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it I don't know, somebody's asking if she did the directions.
Oh, maybe that was from last week, maybe Friday.
Friday she's going to do that.
Oh, okay.
So,
the jacket?
Oh, the jacket.
Yeah, we're going
still
to work
working
on
on
that
that. Yeah.
this afternoon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're finishing up making the jackets so we can write the instructions.
Yeah. So she and I are going to write them, and then we'll make up another jacket as we go. So we're just kind of we're in the testing mode now.
She could be talking about the Hello wall hanging that she did on
that's
Tuesday.
true.
Okay.
Because she was going to do something different with it on Friday.
On Friday, she's going to revisit that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, and then the Team Elbow went to Panama City Beach at a friend's home. That sounds like really fun. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess we're getting started. You're going to do the Lillian dress. Is this your first day on the Lillian dress?
This is our first.
I wasn't here last week.
We didn't have last week. We had visitors, so.
Oh yes, so you didn't do it.
They did Kimberbell early last week, so we had a break. Yes, you and I got
Yeah.
We had a break.
Okay.
I stayed home.
Mhm.
But this is the Lillian, which this is the pattern. And Lillian is a little shift. Can you see that one,
Now
PJ?
do the overhead.
Okay, oops.
From
There we go.
There we go.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's the Lillian pattern, and Lillian comes 18 month to a 14. With this pattern, we have two different kits. We have the blue one, which is like the one that I have here,
Mhm.
and we have the white, which is the same print, just a different colorway.
Mhm.
So it'd be really cute if you had sisters or
Yeah,
cousins or friends.
Yeah.
They could have the same dress but different colors.
My granddaughter does that. Her and her friends will kind of get something similar.
So they're coordinated.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But she doesn't wear dresses.
No, she doesn't like to wear dresses. she likes girly clothes, but not. She's a little fussy. I hope she gets out of that soon. Mhm.
So those are the two kits to it. And today we're going to cut out this dress in the white. But I do have to tell you, we had a little issue. I pulled the pattern out because my original pattern was up to a size 12. Now, I bought the pattern no more than 4 years ago, but they changed the directions in the pattern. So the way this little dress is made, it matches all the way around. And you stitch it and then flip it. So what I'm going to do is we'll cut it out today. We'll do the beginning of the sewing of it. And then next week we'll do the flipping, and I'm going to show you the difference. This is the other dress.
This
It's
one's so
the
cute.
same. It's the same pattern, but the way this one is hemmed, it has an actual hem in it. So I didn't want to have to make four dresses.
Yes.
So next week I'll show you how to do the way that it's instructed, but I will we'll do this dress with the way this one was constructed, with flipping it, and then you just have some. I know it's a bad word again. Some hand sewing on the inside, so that way.
So you'll know how to do both. They'll know how to do
You'll
both.
you'll have both ways. And somebody asked me too about putting in a zipper. I don't know in some of these dresses, particularly this one, because it's just a tall, skinny dress.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would like a zipper in that. I think the buttons are kind of fun.
I think that's the design of the dress.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
designer touch to it. Has all that. It has 7 buttonholes.
And if you have a bigger size, it has up to, I think, 11
Oh,
on the bigger
really?
sizes.
Wow. Mhm.
Yeah. So the kit also, we did one kit of each color with 1.25 yards of fabric. If you are doing a 12 or a 14, when you want to order the fabric, you want to order it separately because you need, I think, 2 yards. You need a different amount on that. So we will cut that fabric for you if you're going to do the Lillian with the border. All right. So the other thing I want to show you is on the front of this dress. If you can see, the flowers run down the front, and the little medallion thing is in the middle. This does not happen by accident.
No, yes.
And most people don't notice it until you have this off center, and then you go,
yeah.
Somebody made that. So how you do that, so this is going to be,
That was really good that you picked a fabric where you could show that, right?
it was an accident.
It was an accident.
Yes, it was, but it was a good accident.
Yeah.
This fabric, I love this fabric. This is a Martha Pullen design that is from Benartex. So with this one, I took the line. I didn't do it down the center. I did it down the medallions. So this one, and I pressed this so that I knew it was going to be on the line all the way down. So you find, like if you want this to be your center, then you would take
So you found another fold.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then you make a fold. This one you would, there are little, there's a little medallion part on either side of that blue flower. If you can match those to be flat, that would be your middle. So it's a little tedious, but it makes a world of difference when
Yes,
you do them. So, but I pressed it the other way. I thought this was just to try a different way for it to look.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I did you can see I washed my fabric.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little
Yeah, I can see
unkempt.
your fold is right here in this. You got the mirror image on the other side.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because it does. It's sort of geometric,
Mm-hmm.
like a kaleidoscope, I guess, all the way around. All right, so what you want to do with your fabric, though, first is you want to match your border. So you're sure that that's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do the same with that end. Okay. And I also take my pattern pieces and iron. Just take a dry iron on top of it. Then it gives it a little, like staticky.
Yeah.
Makes them kind of staticky so that they stick a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, on your border, this is only if you're using a border print, which that's what we're going to demonstrate. You want to take the line of the hem and you want to run it right along the bottom of the border. The reason we don't want to do this with the new pattern with the hem, because you would lose your border, because this is where the hem would be. Even if you did it down here, it would cut your border across the flowers.
Okay.
So in order to not do that, we're going to line this up with the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Where's your
And
dress
it's
so we
pretty
can show
straight.
that? So yeah, I think that. Yeah. So take a look at this again.
So the
And-
border is still on this piece. With putting a hem in it, it would cut off about 2 inches of that border.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. So the new instructions has you put hem in it. So,
Right.
Okay.
Right. So the old pattern, it showed the 1/4 inch seam on it. So
Okay.
you could do it either way, but this way we still have enough space. We will stitch along that, which will
Mhm.
make it closer to the size of the top one.
Okay. Oh, I
Okay.
see.
See?
Yeah. Just see
So
that she's got a.
We'll have a 1/4 inch seam allowance, which is really pretty much what that one was too. So it makes the bottom a little bit shorter, which is okay because the top one is really short.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
All right. So now, oh, my phone is ringing. My watch is ringing.
Yeah. Oh.
I feel like Get Smart. You take off his shoe and talk on the
Oh,
phone.
really? I haven't.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to pin that right along the bottom of that. And this one is really straight because it's also it makes your center back line straight too.
So
All right.
Tina asked if the pattern's included with the kit, and no, right?
No, the patterns are sold separately.
Mhm.
But the pattern will have all the sizes in it. And
Mhm.
I did not bring my full pattern because it was so many pieces. It's about
Yeah.
this wide. You'll have 3 pattern pieces for each garment. You have the front and the back, and then you'll have a back lining piece, which is cut. And I'll show you that when we do this one.
So they'll have 3 pattern pieces for every size.
For every size.
I think that's great.
It's a lot of pieces.
Yeah. Normally you have to. They have the cutting lines overlap, and if you cut into it, then you ruin the other sizes.
Yep.
But this way, you've got all those pattern pieces, and as a child grows, or
Yeah, when you find a pattern that you really like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the children's corner patterns, again, they're children's corner, are all children's names. So every pattern will have a name.
Yeah.
And I love their patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And
And I also, and this is a 1/4 inch seam allowance.
it's a 1/4 inch
Yeah.
seam allowance.
Mhm.
Yep. I saw someone put, it was a question on a Facebook sewing page, and said, I like to add, I don't cut it on the cutting line, I add around it. And I'm thinking, are you adding a certain amount around it, or just kind of randomly stitching? Stitching. I hope you're not doing that. If you do want to add a seam allowance to it, you can just go along and add the 1/4 inch. There's even a ruler that add a 1/4 that you can go around, so that instead of having a 1/2 inch seam, you would have, or instead of having a 1/4 inch seam, you'd have a 1/2 inch seam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes the 1/4 inch seam is just when you're trying to iron, and we'll do that in a little bit, but you watch your fingers.
Have you ever made it in a knit? Or is...
I haven't made this one in a knit. I'm not sure that I would like this one in a knit.
Mm-hmm.
There is a children's corner pattern specifically for knits that is the Nora.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And I know we had one. We may have two.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we do sell that one.
I think
All
we
right.
do,
So
yeah.
then, what was the?
I think we do have the Nora pattern.
Oh, okay.
I know that I've sold at least one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're going to be at this end.
Move,
Okay.
Here, you want to move down a little bit more.
Oh,
So
yeah.
You're good.
you'll be on the, okay.
Okay. So now we're going to do. Now you have a little bit more flexibility on this one. So do you want the medallions like in the middle? So here's your medallions here. So they would run down
Let's
kind
see
of the
what you
same
did
way
on this
these
one.
are.
Yeah, so let's see what you did on this one. Let's see. This is
Did I do anything on it?
Mhm.
So this has those
Yeah.
medallions running that way. So it's kind of nice that you get different looks to it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we can do it that way, and I can take this and show you. It's probably going to be that way. The grain line is pretty straight because the bottom of this is straight. So it looks like we're running center. Yep, looks like we're running the center of the flower. All right, so then we're going to pin that. And again, I always pin it on the bottom first, just to make sure that my line's lined up. And if you use pattern weights, they work swell. Or tuna fish cans.
Tuna fish cans, that's a good idea.
Yes, I've been known to do that, especially if it's a longer piece.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't put too many pins in, but I do like them in bigger areas. All right, the nice scissors.
Okay, there you go.
How can I see what I put in my cart? Surely you just press the shop button on the lower left if I believe she's on the app. And then you'll see a little shopping cart after that. I believe the shopping cart's on the right side of the screen.
Okay. All right, now, when we cut this, and I know that people are used to rotary cutters, so cutting with scissors, you don't want to lift up your fabric, you want to leave your fabric down and just keep your scissors underneath it.
And those are your favorite scissors,
These are my
right?
favorite scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these are the Kais.
Mm-hmm. The Kais, and it's a nice size. I think it's an 8. Is it 8 or 8
I think
and
it's
a
an
half?
8.5.
Yeah, 8.5.
All right, that one didn't want to do that very nice. Okay, there we go. And on the, with the markings on these, I leave this pattern piece out just so we have it to remark them. I mark them at the end. Okay, since we did this one on the line, You do not want to cut this off because if you're going to use your pattern again, you've lost your hem. But we cut it, we pinned it on the line, so I'm going to cut it on that blue line. And you could take your rotary cutter out and do that, but.
Oh, no items in the cart. I want to remove one item.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we go this way, out of camera, but the scissors will still be there.
So let's see.
You can hear how nice they sound.
Yes, you can. You can hear that sound of cutting. And you're cutting all the way to the tip.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I only see my checkout info, not the items in my cart. I want to remove one item. So when I hit the shop button, I see kind of items in this video, and then there's a little shopping cart. I see the text in this video. To the right of that is the shopping cart. And if you tap that little shopping cart, you'll see the items that you've placed in your shopping cart, and you can remove them if you want. I hope that helps.
We were demonstrating some new scissors the first time I ever was on with Gloria. And the scissors we had, I don't remember what they were, and they didn't cut to the end. I'll never forget Gloria saying, "Don't buy those."
Yeah, she'll tell you when not to buy. She'll tell you the ones to buy. Yeah. Yeah, but yours are cutting right to the very tip.
These are called shears. What is the...
They call them dressmaker shears, and they have the bent handle because you can see how she's cutting. She's not doesn't have to lift her
If you had
scissors.
if you had a straight pair of scissors,
You'd have to lift.
You're like lifting them up.
But that allows her to keep the scissor part of it flat against the table.
And I'm sure everybody knew that except for me.
Okay.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a review.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Extra pieces you're going to hang on to because, of course, we'll be making covered buttons for the back. All right, let me cut this one. So in this kit with the border fabric, the lining to it is also part of the collection of fabric.
Mm-hmm.
It is, let me grab these. I already cut these out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is so pretty. It has, it's the same sort of medallion look as your dress fabric, and it came with that collection. So the one thing that's different, let me take this off. So you're going to do the front piece. All right, so let's see, is that the fold? Yep. All right, so we're going to do the front piece. But what I have to do with this one, because again, I was just cutting the pieces out like I would have on the other one and didn't realize it was a different pattern. So I will cut the hem off of this because we want them to match. If you're doing this without the border, you would cut it the same as you did the front. And then this one too. This one actually, I think this one's right. Let me make sure. Nope, we have to cut the hem off of that one too. But the back piece, so your front is 1, your dress back is 2, and your dress lining is 3. So with number 3, we have to cut off the hem allowance that we had on the first one in order for it to match. Again, so we're going to fold it back.
And then next week you'll show how to do it following.
We're going to next week we're going to do both.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put this one together the old way, so that your border will be beautiful. All right, so that's 1, and then let me see, can I do it that way? I think I can get away with that. What do you think? I think that works. All right, so on pattern 3, you want to take off 1.25 inches, I think it is. Yep, it's 1.25 inches. And they're pretty straight. Usually little kids' patterns are really straight, since little kids don't have a shape yet. Okay, so that is your lining pieces. All right, so we're going to keep our lining pieces separate. And I am going to take this off. We really probably, and I'm going to use my snips. I would probably snip once here and here.
Yes, that's the center.
The center
this front
fold and the fold line. So the fold line is going to be where the facing is. So it's not going to be exactly like the inside of this, but it'll be close. So
here's your dress. If you
here's the other one. So what this pattern is going to do, what the pattern actually does different is, and I made these really fun buttons yesterday. Thought, well, let's try the little light balloons. Oh, no. Who wants plain little buttons when you can have really fun festive buttons? All right, so this one has the facings inside, whereas this one, it's all evenly matched.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. I was really surprised because, again, this is not one of my 30-year-old patterns. It was a 4-year-old pattern.
Yeah.
And that they could change it already. The other thing that the original pattern had on it was pockets. So if you wanted to make little pockets, you could put pockets on the front of it.
There we go. I finally got it. Yeah.
Got it?
One more.
Oh, you can really see the decoration on this line. Okay, so the inside of this one is even on both of the sides. So everything is matched. So you cut out the same front and back pieces for the lining as you did for the top of the dress on this. But ours will be, the back will be the same.
Okay.
And there's not a slit in ours either. But the fold line that we're using also gives you this line to fold this facing back. So it's a self-facing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the
I
sound
just
of this.
Yeah, these are so cool.
And feel the weight of them. Like they're really nice in your hands. You don't get that fatigue with cutting, which
Yeah.
These are solid.
people think fatigue in running. No, in sewing it's
Yeah.
Kai 7205s.
Yep.
Those are so cool.
All right, so I would put the pattern pieces away for the front and the back lining, and then I would just mark those two things at the top and the bottom. So you'll have a line to fold on. And the center front, or the center back, where the buttons go, if you measure, usually it's a 1/2 inch between the fold line and your center back, which it is, which is kind of good to know that because when you go to do your buttonholes, your many buttonholes, that kind of gives you a good idea of where they're going to go when you start to measure. All right, so we're going to leave this piece out because we're going to need that for buttonholes.
Okay.
And do I have in the pattern? Okay, yeah, I brought both directions.
Okay.
All right, so we did the cutout. The seam allowances are 1/4 inch. I don't think they're bigger anywhere. It is unless it tells you. So we did the cutout. We did it on the cross grain because of the border. If you're doing it with regular fabric, you just follow the pattern, one on the fold, one not on the fold with two pieces. So those are good instructions. And then the construction we're going to do, this tells you to transfer the markings, which we did, the two that we needed. And today we are sewing on the chorus.
Yes.
Which the chorus is the top of the line of sewing only machines.
Yes.
It's a very nice machine. We really don't have a baby lock we don't like.
No, we like them all, every
like
one
them
of
all.
them.
All right, so I need my dress front and dress back. And first we're going to, see, take a look. See, we have a nice center. We have medallions. I think that looks really good.
It does look good.
All right, so you take your front and your back. You're going to match your shoulder seams. And you want to sew your shoulder seams into the center, into your neckline.
Oh, somebody on TikTok says they just downloaded the app and they love it.
Oh,
good.
good.
They
Yeah.
love shopping.
Welcome.
Yeah, again, that's nice to hear.
All right.
That is nice to hear.
And then again, we want to stitch this to the center of the neck. This feels really nice. It's always nice when you wash it, and you know what the little kids are going to feel when they put it on. All right, then we're going to do the same thing with our lining. And you can press these ahead if you want, but since the shoulder seams don't really have anything folded, we'll iron it all as we start sewing. And this is probably good if you have clips, if you want to use clips. I did see a lady said they were asking if you like clips or not, and one lady said, I like using clips because I don't bleed on my projects that way.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm sure I've bled on myself on a project before, but not the pins. All right, so
I should be focused on where you're pinning right
we now have, I'll show you.
now. Okay.
So we now have the shoulder seams pinned, and we're going to stitch from the shoulder edge into the neck edge on both sides, both ways.
Okay.
And I believe that you do that because if you did it the other way, it's a little stretchier. And so you don't want to stretch out your neckline. All right, so we did that for both of those. And we're going to go to
The chorus.
The chorus,
Okay.
which is in the other room. You may not have noticed our new studio. We've moved rooms.
Yeah, we've moved. We have it's a little bit more private back here, so when
And
we're
it's kinda
filming,
cozy.
and yeah.
All right, are we ready?
Okay.
We are ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. After you, Jenny. Okay, we're going out.
Close the top.
You can see all the machines that are on their way out the door. But this is the Baby Lock Chorus.
This is the chorus. It's a really, really nice machine.
Yes. So this is the top of the line of the sewing machines, and it comes with the extension table. It also has
It's a
like
nice
11
extension table.
and a quarter, I think. It might be 11 and 3/4 from the needle to the side of the machine. So it's a sewing machine that you can do regular sewing and quilting with. It also comes with the digital dual feed foot, which
Which is nice.
we really like the digital dual feed. So, and it's got a nice big screen. You can see the you can see this stitches, and of course when you select a stitch, it automatically comes up on the left side and tells you what foot to use. And then you have your stitch length and stitch width, and your tension is down here.
And it has a laser.
It has a laser. Yeah, we could set that up. Are you going to sew a 1/4 inch seam?
I am.
Okay, so let's do that. So right
But I have
now,
a 1/4 inch foot.
okay, yeah, but we'll put it on. We'll put both of them on. Okay, so
Okay.
what I can do is touch the sensor pen, and then right here, I want to place that laser, and you can see it's blinking now. And I can just go over here and touch the 1/4 inch, and see it jumps to where it is. Like it might be and you can just keep touching it till you get it exactly where you want it. So now she has the 1/4 inch on her foot and the 1/4 inch laser on the 1/4 inch mark on the bobbin cover. So
No kidding.
yeah, so it makes it easy.
That is wild.
Yes.
And does it come with this extension table?
Yes, it does. Yes,
This
and
is
it
a
does.
nice
It
table.
does other things too. The sensor pen. What you
Yeah.
can do with it is you can change the laser light. You can set your stitch width with it. You can tell the machine when to stop sewing, and then you can also select your stitch width with it. So it does like 4 different things. But we really like the laser light.
Is it called a laser or a guide beam?
Guide beam, I think, is what it's called.
The
Yeah,
laser
but it's a
sounds
laser.
cooler.
Laser.
It's a
Yeah. I think it's a guide beam.
All right.
But
well, we got some
Okay.
more. You guys can carry on, and I'll be right back.
okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We got some.
all right, let me get comfy on the chair here. All right, so I'm using the 1/4 inch foot with the guide, which we do have. I think there are 3 or 4 different.
Now, did you?
1/4 inch
what kind of stitch length did you want?
2.5.
Okay.
Okay, I like 2.5. I'm using an 80 sharp needle,
Mm-hmm.
which I changed because we're doing a new garment, and I like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the stitch is actually, you know what? Let's do a 4. The 2 and the 4. If you see the top of the stitch, it has a dot, which is like the dot here. That will mean it will lock in place and then move forward.
Mm-hmm.
It is pouring.
It's pouring rain.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Wow, it is
Ooh.
really. It's really.
Boy, when you're
coming
in that
down.
room, you don't hear anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
Okay. So now, do you want to put your securing stitch on, or did you?
oh, it's not.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So.
Oh, I thought they were.
Okay, so we're gonna go over here, and then we want there. And when it's kind of gold, or would you call that gold? Yeah.
Yes.
Then it's active.
It's gold with a yellow rim.
Okay. All right. Mhm.
All right. So what are we doing here? This is not looking nice. All right. Well, let's try that again. Oh, it had already started with the other way.
Okay.
All right, so when we get to the end, it will when you have this set, it automatically knows when you start, but it doesn't know when you finish. So with that locking stitch, you hit the top button. If you're doing the regular the forward, backward, reverse, you hit the other one. All right, so we do. Definitely take the pins out of those. There it goes. Okay. All right. Then we do the dress itself. You can do it either order, doesn't matter, but you do it all at once. It's nice to be able to. I know in quilting they do them clotheslining, but in garment sewing you just do regular stitching a bunch at a time. I like that you have such good control with the baby lock. Your machine never feels like it's flying out of your control, and you can control it one stitch at a time. All right, and then Is our iron on?
Let's see. Okay, now it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's nice having your ironing board close to you. So having a kiwi next to you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We have the
is
kiwi,
Really nice.
and so it's right next door, and we have a
wool
mat on it. But there's also it also comes with a mat that you can press on, and you can remove that and put a little cutting mat on it. And it also has a leaf that will flip out and make the tabletop larger.
Okay, so we are going to press, as soon as it stops flashing, we're going to press these seams open. And because it's lined, you do want to press them open rather than turning them one to the other. I know sometimes you match seams with one going left, one going right.
Right, yeah.
With these, they're much smoother when they're on top of each other. It's still thinking.
It's blinking, so it's heating up.
Well, then the nice thing too with this iron is I had plugged it in earlier so that I knew it was plugged in, but it goes off.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have to overheat it or worry about, oh, did I turn my iron off? It's good to do a little
There it
finger
goes.
press opening before you start it, just so you don't hurt your fingers. That's the one thing I don't like about the 1/4-inch seams.
Oh, sorry, Ryan, I got you right.
Is it's a little tricky. All right, so you press that. And then you press that one flat. And then this is a good opportunity to, because we are going to do a little bit more sewing to get all the wrinkles out of the rest of it. And if, like this, the center front of this was steamed pretty well, you might want to put a little best press on it to smooth out that.
Purple thing to open seams, somebody says.
Oh, yes, a purple thing, yep.
Who said that? Let's see.
Yeah, the purple thing. Yeah,
Really?
that's a nice little tool. It does like many different things. You have a point on it. You have also the 1/4-inch marking, and it's very inexpensive.
Okay, and then do the same with the back. The back shouldn't be as wrinkled. So knowing that this was pre-washed, that cotton doesn't wrinkle like it used to. Oh, remember, it would just be like in a ball.
Yeah.
And then my grandmother had like a soda bottle, and it had a sprinkle on top, and she kept the clothes in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And then would iron. Yeah, not sure why, but
just so that she could dampen them all at one time,
Yeah, I guess it kept them damp so that
Yeah.
it was easier to do them. Okay, so that's our back. That's our garment. And then we do the same with the lining.
I wonder if there's anyone out here who hasn't seen the kiwi by now, because we love this thing.
We love the kiwi.
And we show it quite often. But it's been a while. Should
I see if there's any comments?
Sure,
Yeah, I'll go
yeah.
look and
Well,
see
the other
something.
thing about
right
the
here if you wanna
kiwi
look
is
at it.
Oh, okay.
you can also move your kiwi forward so that when you're sewing, you don't have to get off your chair. But I find it's good when I'm sewing to get off my chair.
Get out of your chair every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, they haven't said whether they've seen, if they have not seen the kiwi, we could show it a little bit. Take the,
It doesn't take up a lot of space either, which is nice. When you're doing the lining, I'll show you. The right side and the wrong side look really, really close. So the right side is a little whiter than the back. It's a little more muted. But that's a good way to know. I was working on a project the other night and probably should have gone to bed instead of sewing. And so
Okay,
the
so Sharon
wrong
says she
side
has
on.
not seen the kiwi. So
She's
should we
not seen
just
the
briefly
kiwi.
show it?
Okay. I have
Yeah.
to show it.
Yeah. Okay.
You want the
So if you were to have your kiwi out, where would you put it?
I
On
would
this
put,
side or on the other?
well, I guess
Or
that would be
both?
up to you, like maybe if you're right-handed, or you're either on the right or the left. And like, so this one's to the right. And what it is here, we'll move. Are you done ironing?
I have one
don't-
more, one more.
more. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
one more little piece and
I
then we're
don't, I
good.
don't want to
Don't want to roll
chase you
away.
out.
All right, we're good.
Okay, so we have the,
Here, let me
here, we'll just
unplug
move this. And we'll move the eye. Now, actually, we could just, there we go.
Okay.
So this is actually a wool mat, and it was sitting
We
on
like the
top
wool
of
mat.
it. But it comes with its own mat right here. And then also it has a leaf to it. So here we go. So we can take this, open this out, and then, let's see.
Yeah.
Good, like, yeah, right like that. And then it has the place to put your mat. Right, there's like
So it
holes
doesn't
in
slide.
it. Yeah, so that won't slide on you. It's in there nice and secure. And then you also have a place to cut. And then it has drawers to keep your threads and things in. So right here we have,
You never know
4
what we're gonna
drawers.
find.
and it also comes with the little peg spindles for the thread. So there's another drawer. And then we also have a deep drawer to keep your projects and supplies in. So, and it's really nice. Like, I would probably want this one, like, right.
You can probably
I'd probably, yeah,
even
like this.
do a turn.
Turned this way.
Again, so you don't have to get up out of your chair.
Yeah, so I would put it this way, and then you'd have your chair, and you could move.
You could iron or
iron.
cut.
You
all
don't
in
have
one
to, like, you
spot.
don't have to get up to cut. Like, you know how you're sewing and you have to get up every time you want to cut or iron.
Yeah.
But you could just stay there in your chair. So that's our kiwi, and they come in different colors. This is the gray, and there's also white. And let's see.
Is there an oak?
Let's see if that was in, I think I saw the, let's see if we go in here. Well, this is the gray.
I've heard that you need 2 of these so you can replace your nightstands.
Oh.
with them.
Yeah.
Just so that
Oh,
you're,
yeah, somebody did that.
so that you're
That's-
ready to convert your master bedroom
Into
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 your
a
sewing
sewing room. They
Yeah.
use them as nightstands. Yeah, but they tell me it's the gray and the white, and then I'm trying to think what
Is it
others.
a teak? But I know there's gray.
Teak,
and
I
white.
think it is.
It's teak. Yeah,
Teak,
I think
yeah.
so.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like the white one is very popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's really a nice piece of.
I think the gray was the newer color, wasn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So.
My
Okay.
kiwi didn't have 4 holes for an ironing mat. Some people prefer that way. I've heard that they've asked for the with
They
it
don't
without
put
it.
holes.
Oh, they asked for it without it.
I think that's an option. You can
Oh, okay.
maybe having the holes is an option. You can.
Mm-hmm.
you can
Maybe
get.
it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But a really nice little addition to your cabinets and cutting tables.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, now the next step, we're not going to sew the whole thing together. We're going to stitch our back lining. Stitch the back lining to the back. Oh, and my cutting was off on my, whoop, to move that down. All right, so you pin. I'm going to pin on the navy line. We'll cut off that top line so they'll match. And then you pin your top. maybe a pin in the middle. Okay, so that's one side. And it's best to lay the pieces on top of each other. That way you don't twist them when you go to stitch it together, which could happen easily.
Sharon asked, "What brand is that iron?" And everyone jumped in. Panasonic.
Sonic, yes. Uh-huh. It's a
Yeah.
cordless iron, and it's the weight of it is just perfect. When people come into the shop to look for a new iron, I say, hold this one.
Yeah.
And they love the weight of it. And also it's small enough that it will fit inside your hoops, and it's got a double point. And then also...
And the way you refill it is nice too.
yes, the way you refill it is that it has a little button right here, and then you can take the tank out, but this stays in the little carriage, and so it doesn't lose its heat. It doesn't stop heating. And then you can fill it up and then just slide it back on. So, like that.
Cordless.
Cordless, yeah.
Yes,
Your
the base
cord
has a
doesn't-
cord,
yeah.
but it's retractable.
It's retractable. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's very slippery on the floor here.
Mhm.
All right. So now that we've pinned it, again, our 1/4" seam, we still have our, what do we call it? A guide beam.
Yeah.
Not a laser, a guide beam. And you stitch straight down. Not sewing over pins. And I do sew bottom to top. And then lock it, and then do the other side. Again, which is bottom to top. Now it's on the other side.
some people are saying they would prefer if the kiwi they got had holes. So maybe they
Maybe
came
they
out with an
didn't put them
upgrade.
on.
I'll
Yeah.
have to look into why the holes exist on some of them and
Some of them do not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
I
see
don't
it
know.
without holes.
Mhm.
Maybe
wonder
that was a later change
If this
that
is
they came
Right.
out
if
with.
the gray is the newest one, maybe they started
Yeah.
putting holes in them.
Right. But I think it was Ruth Ann or somebody mentioned that you can just throw something anti-slip underneath there, and that might help
Yeah.
if you're not in the market for a brand new kiwi. But you know, there's always that other nightstand you
Yes.
can replace.
Mhm.
So we have a garage sale coming up, and we're trying to get rid of a bunch of furniture.
Oh, really? At your
Oh,
home?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've unplugged the iron, but this is going to be the last thing that we'll do today.
Okay.
But we will, there are instructions on it to clip it to the mark, but we're not doing that on this dress. You want to press this towards the lining.
It might be.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still pretty hot.
Is
Still
it?
pretty hot.
Okay.
So it keeps its temperature.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to press
I
to
should keep it in here. Okay, maybe I don't.
to the lining that way. Lining is the other one.
There
Okay.
you go. There you go. Shall we? Want me
You
to
can
press
iron.
towards the lining. Okay.
The lining is this, so you want to press it
Okay.
towards the lining.
Okay. Yeah, it's.
Looks like it's
Mm-hmm.
This is when you need a real ironing board. It's a little bit longer.
Okay, and then do you
All right, then
turn it?
yep. I always flip it and then press
That
it
makes,
again.
okay, so kind of go like that.
Yep. All the little tricks you learn over the years of sewing.
Okay.
So you do that to both sides. And then next week we will stitch them together, get the hem in it, and do the buttonholes.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be a very adventurous week.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's everything you'll need. We do have the kits for the
So should
blue, the white, and then we do have the birthday kit.
Okay,
Birthday
should we
cake. Do you
go
wanna
back
go
in
back
and
Yes,
show
let's
them?
go in
Yeah.
and look at that.
Birthday stuff.
Okay.
Holes were in the original ones.
Say that again.
In the original kiwi were holes, and they removed them. I think I've heard
Oh,
that.
really?
That
Oh,
some
really?
people preferred it without holes, and maybe they got enough people asking for that they removed them as a rule.
And this one. Okay, so the pattern again is 18 months to 14. So you need the pattern, and then the regular. Where did we put the other? Oh, here they are.
So this is Children's Corner, and
Lillian.
we're doing a number of dresses from Children's Corner. Behind you is one
That was the first one we
you
did.
just did.
We have this darling little model, Avery.
That's
Avery
PJ's
Horn.
daughter.
And Avery is what, 13, 14?
She's
No,
14 months
14
now.
months.
And what size did you do this?
That
Mary D?
one is 18 months.
18 months.
So she'll wear it for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was Mary D.
It was our first foray into children's clothes.
Sure. So you can go back a couple weeks to see that video.
4.
4 weeks.
It was 4 weeks. It's
Ago.
3 weeks of sewing, and then we skipped last week, so it's 4 weeks ago.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. And then now this is Lillian.
So that's the dress we're working on now.
And what can you say about this? What can you say about this dress? I think you.
It is I think Lillian is a good name because it reminds me of a Lily Pulitzer dress.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I actually made it in a Lily border print, but it was more of a stripe, so it had the border down the front. Yeah, and if you can find some of that Lily hem tape that says Lily on it.
Oh.
I saw people were doing Goodwill and things, and they were looking for vintage clothes, and if you found a vintage Lily, they were cutting the seam tape out to use it because it says Lily on the seam tape.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a whole lot of free
Children's-
time. But
Libby says Children's Corners in Nashville, Tennessee.
right,
did
yeah.
not
so
know
this is the new company of Children's Corner. It was sold, and it's a young couple that bought the company and
really?
moved it to Nashville, and so they have fabric and all the patterns, and yeah, and they're bringing out. I think it's called the Olivia, which is a little cap sleeve. I can't remember what it's called. And there's a smock version and a non-smock version of it. We were looking up the new dresses on the from artist suppliers. So your kit options are the blue, which is this one, or the white, which is the one we're working on.
I called it yellow, and maybe that was
Okay,
just because
yellow
the
flowers. Oh yeah.
The flowers.
The
were
yellow flowers or the blue flowers.
Okay, so in the bubbles, the blue
Oh, yes.
flowers.
It says it right on the label.
Yeah. Okay.
It's and this is fabric for 18 to 14 month.
18 to 10.
18 to 10.
And if you want a 12 or a 14, just order the fabric because you need more fabric. There's, what did we say, a yard and
Let's see what we said.
yard and a half. You need more fabric for the border print because of the border print.
1 1/4 main yard and 1
Okay.
yard lining.
Right.
Mhm.
Which to do them in the non-border, you use less fabric. It's the border that you need to make sure the border matches the width of the front and the width of the back. And with the bigger sizes, you can't get, it's a double border, but with the larger sizes, you can't get 2 borders. You can only get 1 border, so you need more
length.
yardage.
Mhm.
Yeah, for that.
Okay.
And then next is the yellow flowers.
Okay, that's that one.
Okay.
And
So-
is that the yellow right there? Is that made
Yes.
from the yellow?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
would you mind holding that up for us?
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
really nice.
This is the yellow flowered one.
Very nice.
Hmm.
And balloons.
The balloons is
So
adorable.
And then the balloons, we have 2 different kits.
Mhm.
So we have a small kit, which is 18 months to 4, I think.
Let's see. I think you're right.
Yeah,
18 months
It's
to
to
4.
4. And then it has the 5/8" buttons with the button kit with a refill because you need more than 6 buttons.
Mhm.
And then the larger size is 5 to 12.
Correct. Yes.
And it has 3/4" buttons. It just has a little bit bigger buttons on them. And I did do the, this is
I like the way you fussy cut
Right.
them and made them all
Yeah.
different. Mhm.
that's the fun thing with doing covered buttons.
Yeah.
is-
I like covered buttons.
Yeah, you just do them clever. This one has,
She put a
the
little flower
flowers.
on every one.
so this one the buttons all match, but this one I couldn't decide. And so I fussy cut these, and then I cut some solids, and I really didn't like the solids.
No,
I thought that
why
the-
would you?
Yeah, why do a solid when you can have something fun?
Mhm.
So that would be the difference in those 2 kits.
So you included the buttons with this calls for balloons.
With the balloons, yes, we
Mhm.
did. The other one, because there were so many different sizes, you could do so many different sizes with it, we didn't put the buttons in it. So what would be available are the 5/8" buttons or the 3/4" buttons. You could do either one of those.
Right. Okay. So I didn't have the buttons by themselves in the lineup, but maybe I'll,
But
I'll go and enter
We,
them in.
we can put them in,
We can put
yeah,
them
because
in.
they're behind you.
Oh, yes, they
Yeah.
are.
Okay.
Yes, so we have
Perfect.
those.
So you got to have the
So-
refill, though.
So you need to order the button kit because the kit includes, you can see this little,
Let's
blue.
use the overhead camera so you can just put it down and
Okay.
I'll find it.
so it has this little blue push thing in it. And underneath that is a silicone piece, and that's how you make them. And we just had people in here earlier and yesterday, when people see a covered button, they think, oh my gosh, especially if you're of a certain age and you think, oh gosh, you covered those buttons. But this little silicone thing with the pusher, I would be like the person that invented that.
Okay, it's a little
because
easier than the
it's
way we did it
way-
years ago.
way easier. And it's,
Mhm.
I can't even tell you how many minutes, but it's just, you snap them together. So we did them on the Mary D, and we'll do them again on these. I find that it's hard to really find nice buttons anymore.
Mhm.
So Parker buttons and all the places it used to find.
Yeah.
So covering
Mhm.
buttons, I think, adds a little fun to the dresses.
Mhm. Little designer detail.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So you can be your own designer on this.
And it looked really easy when you were doing it, and it was a matter of seconds you had a few buttons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really cool.
Exactly.
You can get creative with
Yeah, I was
colored
showing
fabric.
Natalia, because Natalia, the buttons were just not on the dress yet, they were just on the table, and she said, "Oh, that looks so hard." I said, "Oh no, let me show you."
Yeah. Mhm.
So it really does go fast.
And then we have, what else we have? We talked about the chorus.
The chorus, yes. So that
Great
is
machine.
on sale for $59.99, but you will get a rebate from Baby Lock, a $500 rebate, and you'll get 10% off the price of the machine in Gloria dollars. So that's about $600 back into your account to use on anything in the store.
That is fantastic.
That
really
is,
good.
That's a pretty exciting deal.
Mhm.
I think
Like
there's
a-
some Gloria bucks behind you. Do you want to show them what
Yeah,
they look
okay,
like?
sure. Yeah, here we go.
So that's a machine that's retails about $7,000.
Yeah,
and
so this
Right.
one is $250, but you get 10%. And so there we would add that this is,
Oh, and then there's your rebate.
yeah, and there's the rebate from Baby Lock right there.
that's the rebate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it sounds like people were getting their rebates really fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Steve will help you out with that if there's
Yep.
any questions you have about the machine. So you can call Steve.
Yep.
Mhm.
Obviously, we almost say that every
Yeah.
show.
I know.
Yeah, it's 412-344-2330, and it's option 2.
And I think they're working on a jingle,
jingle
in
for
the
that.
in the tune of sound of the Sound of Music or something like that.
Oh,
So
1, 2.
yeah.
that is going to be
Okay.
released.
Mhm.
That jingle will probably be released on
On
this
Thursday?
That Thursday, okay.
night.
Oh, you missed the favorite things with the.
I saw it on Facebook. We were all, they took our heads and put them on the Sound of Music
Characters.
characters. Mhm.
In here, I just have the inspirational guide.
Okay, for
For the chorus.
for the chorus. Those are really nice. They of course you get a manual, but the inspirational guide has beautiful pictures, and it's they show you how you use this stitch rather than just directions. So it's a little bit more detailed than your manual. So it's always the inspirational guide is always good to have to learn everything that machine can do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what else we got here in our lineup? You had Kai shears in your hand. And I learned what shears are.
Okay.
So that was very
Mhm.
nice.
And they're the 8.5, right?
I think mine are 8.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
do we want to
And
give
then the
them a
pinking
sample
shears.
of the sound of those shears one more time?
Okay. Let's see.
They're here somewhere.
They're here. Let's see. Did we take them outside to
That's
cut?
okay.
No, we didn't cut
I
outside.
did, but maybe I did. Let
I
me
might have
check.
stolen them from you.
Mm-hmm.
But Joni, at least you can
Oh,
show the
they are.
packaging.
Yes.
There's the
Okay. So
shears.
this is the Kai, and these are dressmaker shears, and they're 8-inch. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so here,
they
I'll
have the
bend them
bent
up
hand.
nice.
They call it the bent handle. So that way you're able to keep this flat against the table, and because when you lift, then you won't get as an accurate cut. But
Right.
here they are.
Wait, PJ was gonna.
Get some fabric to show. But those are
Oh, here we can just.
you
cut
always
this.
needed.
Okay.
We
here's
found
You
something.
ready?
Oh, yes.
Here, we can just cut this.
Let's
Yeah. Yep.
And they cut
Oh.
right to the
Mhm.
end.
listen to that.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
a nice sound.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little extra for you.
And then
And
we
then you
will
have,
use the
pinking
pinking shears too next week
Okay.
when we start to do the circle things.
And they are right here.
Yep.
So these are
They're Kai also.
yeah, they're Kai. Those are your favorites. So
I-
these are 9-inch, and they will
Let me see if
the
they
pinking
sound-
shears will cut the edges like in a zigzag, and that keeps it from fraying. It also helps when you're turning things. There you go.
It sounds pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
You have to get the microphone
want that?
really close. Now let's hear the pinking shears.
Good. Yeah.
To the end.
I wonder if they can hear that. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I sometimes you collect a lot of stuff over the years, but these were my best investments in scissors. And I will use a rotary cutter on, like especially on some of those if you wanted to do straight things, but I don't want to have to pull out the smaller one to do that. So I'm a scissor girl.
Scissor girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've known for all my life. So.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, and then I was unable to get most of them, but right after this, I'm going to enter all the
Okay.
different individual button
Okay, so-
cover kits so they can search our website.
So
and
the
find them.
cover kit has the little, let's see, is this the same as that one? Yep, that's the same as that one. So the cover kit has the blue piece in it. That's how you can tell. Then the refill kit, there's the 3/4. The refill kit, you just match the size of the button with the original kit. So this is a 3/4 inch kit. This is the 3/4 inch refill kit.
Okay.
And there are 6 buttons in each of them.
And then you had Aurifil
Aurifil is my
cotton thread.
Yes.
cotton. I
That
do
is
like
your
Aurifil. My go-to
absolute
thread.
favorite thread.
Nope, that was here also. Let's see. There, did I hear it?
I have a. Not
There it
this.
is. Well, that's, yeah. There
That's,
it is.
that's
That's the
polyester
Metler.
Metler, which I like Metler cotton too, but
Okay.
Aurifil's my,
That's her favorite.
You
And it
That's
is,
mine,
it is
yeah.
a really nice thread. It just kind of you can kind of glides through the machine
yeah.
so
You can tell when you're
perfectly.
threading the machine. It's just, it has a different feel to it.
Mhm.
It's very soft.
Yeah.
And if you're using cotton, linen, I probably wouldn't use it on wool. I use polyester on wool, but I do like it on linen and cotton,
Mhm.
just, with the natural fiber.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's
we're
it. It's
good?
already 1:30, so we got to get
Our
ready.
lunch hour is
okay,
over.
Yeah, our lunch
Lunch
hour
hour
is
is well
over.
over. I
Mhm.
think everybody's going back to work.
Yeah,
Well, some people have gone back to work.
we'll be better next week.
Okay.
But those who are playing hooky can join Kimberbell at 3:00.
Kimberbell's
Okay.
at 3. And
Mhm.
don't forget our favorite things tomorrow
Yes.
with that new jingle.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All
We'll
right.
see you
That
all
was
next
great.
week.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just shut it down here. Any questions, let's see, before we tune out? I think we might be
I
good.
think we got them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone says thank you on TikTok. We're
Okay.
very thankful
You're
for
welcome.
you too.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Well, we'll see you at 3:00.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.